Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. We are talking about the family blogger, Doherty Dozen. My page is all about positivity about family bloggers. I found out a couple things this morning while I was watching her, and I was really. She did not start blogging until February of last year, and to get this big on YouTube, I'm impressed. I really am because it's really hard to make it this far on YouTube. I don't care what anybody says. It is. You got to get content that everybody likes, and then you got to get viewers, and you got to figure out the algorithm, and it really is hard. And there's one thing I'm sort of disappointed in. But these are my opinions and only my opinions. This will be her first Thanksgiving filming on YouTube. So she says that on here this morning, and I think that's awesome. And if you look at her page, um, she does a lot of shorts. I'm trying to do some shorts. I'm not even getting any views on my shorts. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but I'm going to keep messing around with the shorts and see what happens. But, okay, I would love to be able to film other family bloggers, but it seems like you all just want to watch her. And my positive feedback on her is she's awesome. She's strong. She takes these children in out of foster care. And I was sitting here thinking about it as I was watching her this morning. The only time, this might sound bad to you, but you got to remember, at one point I had, I think, 7 or 8 kids in my house. The only time they got a hot breakfast is on weekends. Yes, she's making muffins, but I think they're apple muffins. It sounds good. It looks good. But she wakes up early just to get breakfast started. And I am not a morning person. So, again, the only time my children got a hot breakfast is if they made it for themselves, or weekends, or if they had a snow day, I would make oatmeal. Or, make some breakfast sandwiches the night before, and they stuck them in the microwave the day before they went to school. Or breakfast burritos, or something in that sense. I used to do that a lot. Breakfast burritos and breakfast sandwiches, and all they had to do is stick them in the microwave while they were running. She takes this time out of her life, and she's got a busy schedule, and to make a hot breakfast for them. And she also talks about how she wanted to do leftovers for lunch, and she had no leftovers. So that means that she does feed these children. Her and her husband there's no way, there's no way that. And I had somebody make a comment to me asking me, why am I being positive about this lady? Because in this world, I'm not saying she's 100%. I'm not saying anything like that. In this world, we need more people to take these children out of the foster care system and put them in a home with parents and siblings. And that way these kids would not be suffering the way they're suffering while they're in the system. Some of these kids get taken away from their families and get put in the system, and their life is worse because they're in the system, not at home. At home, they would have had a better life. And I, I, I just, I'm sorry. I believe that the system fails these kids. And I believe that better placements for these children. There's a lot of people out there that are trying to have babies and trying to have kids, and they can't. And they go to Thailand and, um, well, I guess Ukraine right now, and other places. And these people that are taking the kids from foster care in United States, that way they're not in the system, I think is awesome. You know, you have to have a big heart. And remember, she took these children out of foster care before she started the YouTube. So you cannot sit there and say she's doing it for content, because she's not. And I just appraise these people that do this and open their door and give them a loving home and caring parents. Not every parent is perfect. You know, not everybody parents the same way. There is a lot of family bloggers out here, and I did find a new family blogger that I want to review, but I want to watch it. I want to watch a couple more of her videos before I do it. I want to find out everything that she's all about. And you know, I just can't stress it enough. The system does not loving caring home. You know, I just think that's awesome. And these children do not look like, okay, not everybody agrees with her food. Okay, there is so many different people out there, so many different ways of eating, so many different, you know, different ways of parenting is all I can stress here. And this is the way she's choosing to do it. And she makes a comment a couple times on saying stuff like, they're only children once, let them enjoy it. And then people talk about heart disease and diabetes. And now let me tell you something. I am a type 2 diabetic. I'm also gluten-free and dairy-free. Now, before I became a type 2 diabetic, I had no sugar in my diet. I was gluten-free, dairy-free, and sugar-free. When my doctor came back and told me I was a type 2 diabetic, my mouth dropped. Because in my mind, type 2 diabetics are overweight, bad eating habits. Now, the way I ate is nothing, you know, if you're going to have diabetes, you're going to have diabetes. That's the way I'm looking at it. So when you're young, you might as well enjoy it. And I'm not overweight, but when I was told I was a type 2 diabetic, I had to put sugar back into my diet. My sugar would drop so low that it was crazy. And I told the dietitian about that, and she thought I was a type 1 diabetic, and I'm not. They tested me to make sure. And I told her what I eat in a day. And I told her everything that I used to do compared to what I'm doing now. Now my sugar's under control. But I had to put sugar back into my diet to get it under control. But now let's get back to this. People are saying that she's not feeding these children the correct way. What is the correct way? Who do you want to listen to? Again, feeding your children what they like, and that way they put they put something in their bellies to let them keep going, Or do you feed them, what is there? There's so many freaking diets out there that, you know, everybody has a different way of meal planning. Everybody has a different way of eating. Everybody has a different way of parenting. That's what I'm trying to get across. And I'm hoping this video does it. If you want to leave me a comment below, I will get back to you. If I don't get back to you, I don't know how to respond to you. And, you know, the holidays are coming, so there's going to be so many sweets and goodies and yummy foods. And think about it, Thanksgiving is what? Thursday. Now, you're going to be there stuffing your bellies, you know. And yes, some of her children are chunky, some of them are awesome, you know, but she's not sitting there shoving food down their throats. It's their choice what they want to eat. My son is he's overweight. And I don't sit there and tell him he has to eat this or eat that or whatever. You know, once they get older, once they become young adults, like her one son, oh my God, he's going to look at colleges. Now, when my children graduated from high school, they came to me and said, congratulations. Now, in my mind, that's not my achievement. That's their achievement. Congratulate them. I'm not the one who sat in that classroom, studied, and did their test. They are. You should congratulate those children. The parents are there to guide them and tell them what's right, what's wrong, what you should do to prepare them for college and prepare them for education. Not every child is going to want to go to college. You know, it all depends on the kids and their choices in life. In my mind, this is only my opinion. You don't have to listen to it. But that's why I created this page. Because I wanted to voice my opinion about all those haters out there. Leave a comment. I'll get back to you. And have a great day.